Alright, welcome back. Sorry I haven't made a video for a while, but I had a contract to make several boxes, and that was taking up all my time. So this is my pen little demonstration here, and the first thing that you're going to have to do is obviously get some pen blanks drilled. I already chucked this up. I drill it with my chuck. If you have a drill press, you can use a drill press, but you need to figure out some way to clamp these guys in. I'm going to demonstrate how to make a slim line because they are the most involved, because there's two pieces of wood. First thing that you need to do is, of course, get your pieces of wood, cut it in half, and match mark them like this, right? Because you want to keep these two pieces of wood next to each other all the time, and you need to know which end goes where, right? So if you have this 50-50, right? But no, it's going to be 90-20. Sorry, 90-10. If you drop them, yeah, there's about 14 different ways to get them back together. So if you match them, you'll always have the correct pieces in the center. I use this chuck. This is the pin jaws. They just have more area here. When you put them in the chuck, give it a spin. I put this in crooked just so you can see, yeah? So straighten it up, get it aligned up. Make sure your drill bit's gonna drill straight, and then tighten up. You wanna drill from the center out, because you can center this part, right? And you can't control how the bit is going to go in there and wobble around at the end. So sometimes it gets way off on the end. So the only way to make sure that the center of your pen, being two pieces, is the same is to drill from here and you drill from here. That's why the match marks are important. Okay, so of course before you do that, you need to buy a set of drills. These are what they call brad point drill bits. The regular twist drill bits, they tend to wander a lot more in wood than these. These are specifically designed to drill into wood. And this set has probably every different drill bit that you need for the different sizes of pens. There are different sizes of pens. I'll cover that in just a minute. I gotta go get some. And these are the things that you're gonna need to start your pen drilling episode, right? Or pen drilling. Yeah. So this is a Morse Taper 2 chuck, drill chuck, and you can put your drill in here and drill through. This small lathe does not have enough quill travel to go all the way through the blank, so you gotta back it out and move the chuck and then drill some more. So that's kind of a problem, but it's okay. The other thing that you are most likely required to buy. Let me stop this for a bit. Okay, so yeah, my chuck was stuck on there, so I had to get my tool. This is a manual with your pen manual on it. These are bushings. Every different type of pen needs the special size of bushing. So yeah, you gotta buy all of those. So basically what you do is you get your pre-made pen blank, your drill pen blank. Put your bushings on, and on the inside, I don't think you can see, but what you want to do is you want to mark on the inside of your pen tube here a black or whatever, any color mark, so that after you turn this and you get it all done, you'll still know which end is the center, right? It's not important for the bigger pens, we'll get to that later, but yeah, mark the inside. Don't mark the end of the wood, because the Sharpie is going to travel inside and you're going to have a black spot on your wood. This is a pen manual saver tailstock. See, it goes like that. The reason that's really good is if you use a regular, these are designed to go there, right? And if you put too much pressure, what that does, and learn the hard way, is that makes your pen manual actually bend, and you'll get out of round pens. If you like out of round pens, that's a good thing, but most people don't like out of round pens. And yes, it would become out of round if you don't put too much pressure. So this guy goes through, and this presses directly on the bushings and onto the pen blanks. Oh, one more tool that is required. This is a pen end mill. And as you saw, that there's this shape on the end, right? So what normally what happens is you drill, you glue this in. I use epoxy, and this, put it in your drill, and this turns that off. What you need to do is you need to get to that brass bushing, the brass tubes, right? Because if you just put the wood in, you'll never be able to drive that. This is just a set, and same as the drill bits, right? You need different size pilot shafts that fit on this to get all of the different sizes of pens. And pretty soon we'll show you different sizes of pens. Okay, I'm gonna stop this little one. Okay, this is a slim line. You can see how it's gonna become a pen, right? So this pens all use 2 pieces of wood. I really like slim lines because you can put them in your pocket, you can put them in your little checkbook if you use a checkbook. You can take them with you. This is the other style of pens. This one's pretty special. This is a Mesa pen, and as you can see, it only uses 1 piece of wood, right? So yeah, these are really nice. I like these. The thing is that these slim lines, and you can make the grain line up. These slim lines don't sell for as much money as these will for some strange reason, and you use twice as much wood. It's twice as hard because you gotta turn 2 pieces, but I'm not sure. People pay $30 for this and pay $40 for this. So, well, this one maybe more because of that. This is special. Yeah, so I like turning slim lines though. So we're spending a lot of money, right? You got your chuck. You have this pen mandrel here. There's several varieties. I like this one because it's just slips in there, and there's no moving pieces, nothing to misalign, nothing to get out of whack. So you need that. You need bushings. You need your wood, drill bits, drill chuck, and this guy I think is important. And we haven't even got to where we put the pens together. So I'm gonna go in a time lapse and get this roughed down, and I'll be back. Hey, sorry, I transferred the videos, and for some reason this video didn't make it over. I couldn't load it up or something, so I have to make another one. So anyway, so we got our blanks on the mandrels. We got our match marks. These are important because you got to line them back up again. So I start with a spindle gouge. The reason is that this area is very small compared to this roughing gouge. It's kind of big. So when you start, because the spindle gouge is a little bit thicker, so you can tighten that up, a little thinner, you don't get those catches and stops that often, right? That's not a problem because nothing's going to happen to the blank. So I go like this to get all of this stuff off. As long as you get this big part off, you will get a lot less of these stops and catches, right? Most of the time when you do this edges, you want to come in, but this is one of the very few times that you don't want to do that, because if you go like this, you might chop off that whole thing, right? So I'm gonna put this on. I'll just finish. It's not gonna take that long. So if you go from the other way, I've had large chunks of this flip off, and the good thing is that if you go find that piece, you can glue it back on, and it's no harm, no foul. But it's a little bit better to take this and carefully go and get that corner off. And once you get this, once you get that down to a semi-round, so that it's won't catch too much, then you can go ahead and use your very large, comparatively roughing gouge. And this you can just budge everything down. Good time to practice all of your spindle turning skills. Every professional demonstrator that I've seen, they all say practice spindle turning, because all of your skills that you learn in spindle turning transfer over to bolt turning, and vice versa. So everything you learn in bolt turning, if you never spindle turn, may or may not transfer over to spindle turning. So That's where you want to stop. That's where I want to stop. All right. Okay. Okay, when in the middle of this, I always stop, get my sandpaper block, and sand this. What I'm doing is I'm getting this wood all nice and flat, guaranteed to be flat. Turn this so that you don't create a bevel on your thing. I go until the brass tube is all nice and shiny. Okay, what this does is it gets this pretty much 100% flat. Gotta go to the other side. And you know, you gotta spend quite a few dollars. We haven't gotten to assembling the pen yet, but there's you can make quite a bit of money with turning pens. Okay, there's my black mark in there, so I know which way the pen goes back, right? If it's kind of hard to see, like it is, I'd refresh it, which I'm gonna do. Okay, normally I like to stop at this stage. You can see that blanks are actually a lot higher than the bushings, right? The bushings, what the bushings do is they give you that perfect thickness for your pens. I like to stay thicker or proud and sand to that dimension, mainly because if you use koa especially, it's a very chippy wood, so I've gone down to almost final thickness, and as you sand you're gonna see, oh, these things chip out, and you can't sand the chip out, right? So yeah, I always stop fairly proud and sneak up-ish on the thing. It doesn't take very long. This is 80 grit sandpaper, right? It's important that you don't sand on the bushings. The bushings should be considered replaceable, a throwaway item, because you can't help but not sand on it. So yeah, I just use a rough grit of sandpaper and sneak up on the final dimension. And like I said, that's because this koa, curly maple is another one that's very, very, very chippy. And one more little tip here. See this dust? I keep it, and with that dust you can put the dust with super glue or actual regular wood glue and make a paste and fill cracks. So yeah, there's another reason that we like to turn pens and sand. See this fan there? Normally the fan's on and the dust goes out there, but if I have the fan on, you guys will hear the fan and nothing else. And so basically I'm going to do this, run through all my grits up to 400,